Hey y'all, this is Alo Knight. It's been a while, um, but I'm back now. I'm gonna start doing more videos again. I'm gonna start off with games that I played during this tournament I played on Lead Chess with some of my friends and some of our students from a club that I work with. Um, okay, so the main reason why I wanted to go over this game in particular, it was against one of the coaches, is that it really highlights a very important lesson in chess that we all have to take into account sometimes, which is to never get comfortable, because there's always going to be positions where you're winning and you're winning either like you have a good positional edge or you're up in material, and then you just get too comfy, and then your opponent snags a piece or there's mate on the board all of a sudden. So that's similar to what happened to this game. I was doing really well, and I got way too comfortable, and I ended up losing. So we're gonna go over that. And this game was just way too funny, way too funny. Whenever I played this game, I just erupted in laughter towards the end. Okay, all right. So e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop to b5, initiating the Ruy Lopez. One of my favorite openings to play is white. Okay, a6. Bishop a4, b5, bishop b3. Knight f6, castles, and d5. d5, I wasn't too sure about this move because I'm castled and my opponent isn't. And if I'm able to open up the center, I can exploit it and give the king a really hard time, which is somewhat what happened in the game. So I took the pawn, and I wasn't worried about e5 attacking my knight, because if that did happen, I would capture their knight, they would capture mine, and then after queen captures on f3, it'll be good for me. Not totally winning, but a good advantage for me. So knight takes d4, and now here I just played a simple move. I played rook to e1, and I am outside, so please excuse all the dogs barking. I can't really control that. And now my opponent played queen to d6, and now I decided that I needed to put more pressure on the pawn, so I played d4. And then and now something that I saw is this knight. This my opponent's center formation, center control is very weak. So I figured that if I could trade pieces off, not only is their king castled, but my queen and bishop will be hitting the knight at the exact same time, and there may be some tactics looming in the air, which eventually happened. So after f6, now I played a really good move. I played pawn takes e5. It hits the queen, threatens to open up the e file, and now there's a double attack on the knight and the bishop. By the queen and the bishop on the knight on d5. So my opponent recaptured with the knights, and then I went on ahead and just captured with the queen. And now you can also capture with the bishop, but whenever you're going to win material, something I like to do is I like to play the moves that will promote trading the most. And this move also it also has added benefit. It almost forces a trade, because if my opponent does not trade, they will lose their rook. And if they move the rook out of the way, then I get to trade anyway, and then I'm better here. Okay, so that happened, and then now bishop to e6. That was a mistake, because now I can just capture the rook. I can also capture the bishop if I want. If I wanted to just trade down and make the game more simpler, but I wanted to go for a quick win. Wanted to be as quick as possible. So queen takes a8, king f7. Oh, I get just okay. And now I just started trading some more. I took the knight, queen f3, king g6. I figured maybe king to g8 was a little bit more safer. And now queen to e4. And now there isn't much to these next couple of moves. I might talk about them a little bit, but I really want to get to the end of the game. So bishop d6. I'm going to brush through some of these moves. So the technique here, whenever you're winning a material, is to just play solid moves, active moves, and always try to give your opponent opportunities to trade. And now sometimes it doesn't always work, but here it does. And now there's a nice little tactic that I had planned. So after I play b4, my opponent, I thought they were going to play b6, and if they were, I actually had a little tactic to win a pawn. So I'll show it to you guys. If you guys want to pause the video to find the tactic, go ahead right now. Okay, so bishop to b6, and now I was thinking of bishop to c7, and I know it looks like it hangs the bishop, but if you look one move ahead, you notice that we have rook to d7 check, and after the king moves, we take the bishop, and that was a fork. One of the added benefits of being up in material is sometimes just little tactics like that just appear. So my opponent offered a bishop trade, I took it, I took the pawn, and now I just made my pieces more active. Okay, and now we're getting real close to the mistake. So already, most of you can probably from here, you can already maybe assume what's going to happen. So the main problem in the position is something I want you guys to pause your videos for and figure out. What's the main problem? I know I'm up in material, but there is a big issue specifically with my king. And it's not really a problem, but it's something I should address as sort of a safety measure. So go ahead and pause the video and see if you can figure it out. What is the biggest problem with my king? Okay, so the biggest problem with my king is that it has no escape squares. It can't go to anywhere on the G file. I mean on the second rank. So what I should do at any given point, maybe now here's my knight hanging. Okay, now after this move, now I should play either H3, G3, or F3. Give my king some room. So if for whatever reason I want to use both of my rooks, I can, because you want to use all your pieces. I could just push these pawns down the board and get a queen, but I really don't want to do that. I have enough material to make mate, and I want to end it as quick as possible. So I actually thought this was mate because I was too excited. And after king to here, I think is when I blundered. Yeah, I blundered here. I wasn't paying attention. And so now most of you can probably see it, but if you can't, I invite you to pause the video once more to find a checkmate in 2 for black. It's a pretty simple one. Okay. Alright, so if you found rook to d1, rook e1, then rook takes e1, you have successfully checkmated me, and I this was one of the best losses of my life because I was winning, doing real good, and I got comfy, and then I slipped up, and my opponent saw their chance to turn the tide in their favor, and they ended up winning. So good job to my opponent. It's always, this is another lesson for you all to never resign. So one thing to remember is we're all human, unless you're playing an engine, and we're not always going to make the best moves. Like here, most people watching this would never lose in this position, but I'm human, and I got too comfortable, and I made a blunder. And it's important, whenever you're playing a stronger player, or if you're losing, just remember we're all human. I should seed out, and I could probably get a draw or maybe even a win like in this game. So yeah, that's today's lessons. Don't get too comfy and don't resign until later on, because we're all human. We're all going to make mistakes eventually. So thank you so much for tuning into this video of mine. I will probably go over the other 2 games from this tournament probably either tomorrow. And again, I apologize for the dogs barking, and there's music over here in the neighborhood playing out the neighbors, but that's fine. So please, oh, and thank you. I've got quite a few more subscribers lately. Thank you guys if you're just joining. I'm gonna have more book videos eventually, but I'm still working on those, and for now I'm just gonna have just analysis videos. But thank you so much for your support. Hope you're all having a good one. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing, and please leave a like on the video. If you want to see more of my videos, go ahead and click right here. If you want to see some other analysis videos of mine, go ahead and click right here for a playlist. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much. Have a great day.